The boxers have been given their instructions. The seconds are out. The crowd is ready for another edition of Shoulder Roll Virtual Boxing with your presenter, the boxing historian, Greg Rashid.
And I want to say Swati Cup to everyone out there. This is Greg Rashid, your presenter of another edition of the Shoulder Roll Virtual Boxing Podcast. And for some of you that are new to the program, I always get new people here. Swati Cup means hello in Thai. Yes, I'm in Bangkok, Thailand, enjoying just the scenery, the lovely weather, and just the lovely, great people here. And I hope you enjoy this lovely program we're going to have on today. If you're new to the program, what we do here is that we simulate boxing what-if fights. Using, in this case, we'll use Title Bout Boxing 2, a PC game created by the great Jim Trunza. Also, we use from time to time Legends of Boxing PC game, as well as a card game known as Glory Days Boxing. And I hope you enjoy the event we have today. And what we are going to do today is we're going to do a simulation of a fight between two legendary light heavyweight fighters, Ezzard Charles and Matthew Saad Muhammad. And it's going to be a 15-rounder. Our real corker is our commentator, Knockout Nigel will say, but we're going to get to the fight right now. We're not going to wait anything, but we will do this commercial here. Let's do a couple of commercials here on the Shoulder Roll Virtual Boxing Podcast.
For those who save top value stamps, the best gifts in life are free. Gifts to grace your living room, each backed by a guarantee.
Free for top value stamps. An elegant polished brass chafing dish. Or, if something spills, a Bissell carpet sweeper, perfect for touch-up. To brighten your living room, select the beautiful Bradley table lamp, fashioned in walnut and brass. To enjoy your favorite TV shows in any room, choose an RCA portable television set. Like everything else, free for top value stamps.
So save top value stamps. The best gifts in life are free.
Are you tired of trading blows and waking up with a sore jaw? Well, fear not, because we've got the solution for you. Introducing the Pillow Puncher 3000. Gone are the days of bruised egos and black eyes. With our revolutionary soft gloves, you can spar all day and still feel like you're sleeping on a cloud. Say goodbye to pain and hello to fluffy fun. Get your Pillow Puncher 3000 today and float like a butterfly, or, well, more like a feather. Order now and we will include the bruise-free hand wraps.
Cheers. Reporting to you from the Spectrum in Philadelphia, this is your humble commentator, Knockout Nigel. Today we have a 15-rounder between two hard-punching light heavyweight pugilists, Ezzard Charles and Matthew Saad Muhammad. This will be Charles's first fight on this channel, while Muhammad last fought on this channel against Roy Jones Jr., who he knocked out in the third round. A sellout crowd of 17,000 is here in South Philly to cheer on their hometown favorite, Matthew Saad Muhammad. The round will be scored on the 10-point must system. The judges are Manuel Marek-Salah, Clark Samatino, and Jerry Roth. The man in charge in the ring will be Roger Tillman. The crowd is electrified in anticipation of a corker of a fight. The boxers have been given their instructions. I'm going to take a sip of the bubbly as the bell sounds for round one. The fighters face off at ring center. Charles lands a 2-point left uppercut, a 4-point double left jab, and another left uppercut for 2 points. Muhammad fires back with a left hook to the belly for 2 points. Wow. These two blokes want to end this fight early. Charles misses with a left uppercut, but scores a 5-point right cross to Muhammad's jaw. Muhammad was stunned by that shot. He takes a step back, trying to gather his senses. Muhammad is moving backwards to avoid more shots from Charles. Charles fires out a partially blocked left jab for 1 point. Muhammad is covering up as the bell sounds to end round one. Muhammad's cornermen come out to help their fighter, back to the corner. It looks like it will be an early night for Charles. Charles had 14 points in the first, while Muhammad only had 2 points. Muhammad tends to start very slowly and step on the gas in the middle rounds. I would suggest he wake up in the next round, or Charles will put him to sleep. The bell has sounded for round 2. I will take a sip of bubbly. Muhammad meets Charles at ring center and clinches him. I think he is still a little stunned from the last round. His strategy may be to hold during the whole round. Muhammad wrestles Charles into the neutral corner. The referee separates the boxers. Muhammad is bobbing and weaving. Charles is stalking him. Oh my! Muhammad comes out of his defensive crouch and lands a crushing right hook for 6 points that knocks down Charles. Charles gets back to his feet at the count of 5. He looks a little wobbly. Referee Tillman is asking if Charles wants to continue. He says yes. There was a stunned silence in the arena, then the loudest yelling I have heard in a long time, as they realize that their hometown fighter Muhammad has delivered a stunning blow. Muhammad lands a 3-point left jab to the nose, followed by a 3-point combo. Charles clinches. Charles needs to gather himself after Muhammad's onslaught. On the break, Muhammad misses with a right hook. Charles dips under and counters with a 3-point combo. Charles measures his man and throws a 4-point right hook to the temple that got Muhammad's attention. The fighters are right above us with Muhammad on the ropes. Charles lands a 3-point left cross. Muhammad bounces off the ropes and lands a 5-point combination that stuns Charles. Muhammad wings a 5-point left hook that staggers Charles. The bell sounds to end round 2, saving Charles from further damage. This fight has the makings of another Hagler, Hearn's War. Can these boys continue this pace for 13 more rounds? The crowd has already gotten its money's worth for the first 2 rounds. I deserve another sip of bubbly with a lemon twist after these first 2 action-packed rounds. Ezzard Charles scored 10 points in that round, while Saad Muhammad had 23 points as he dominated the second. Charles rushes out and nails Muhammad with a 4-point left uppercut to begin the third. Muhammad was rocked on his heels. Charles lands a left cross for 4 points that causes Muhammad to cover up. Muhammad comes out of his shell with a 3-point left cross. Muhammad lands a 5-point left hook that knocks Charles into the near ropes. Muhammad follows with a 4-point right cross that pounces Charles back into the ropes. Muhammad misses with a left cross that Charles ducks. Muhammad misses with a hook. Charles counters with a 2-point combination. Muhammad ducks under another Charles combo and clinches. Out of the clinch, Muhammad misses a right hook as the bell sounds to end round 3. The crowd is still on its feet as the fast pace continued in the third. I don't think anyone has left the arena to go to the John, as the action has kept everyone glued. This was a very close round. In this round, Charles scored 10 points. Muhammad had 13 points. What a tussle! I think I will take a quick sip of bubbly as the bell sounds for round 4. Charles meets Muhammad at ring center and lands a 2-point right uppercut and a 3-point left hook. Those punches have caused a minor swelling over the right eye of Muhammad. Muhammad tends to swell up and cut easily. Charles will be looking to cause more swelling to Muhammad's face. Charles lands a 2-point left uppercut. Muhammad clinches. He appears to be stunned. The ref breaks them and looks closely at Muhammad's right eye. Muhammad lands a 2-point combination. Charles counters with a 2-point right cross to the gut. Charles lands a partially blocked combination for 1 point. Charles lands a 3-point left hook that increases the swelling to Muhammad's right eye. Charles is moving about the ring, trying to establish position. Muhammad lands a 3-point right cross that backs Charles up. The bell sounds for round 4 to save Charles from further damage. Despite that punch from Muhammad, I still have Charles winning the round. Muhammad was slowed slightly in that round. Muhammad had 5 points for the round, while Charles had 13 points. Muhammad's corner has done a good job of reducing the swelling above his right eye. I will take a sip of bubbly as the bell sounds for round 5. Charles begins the round by landing a 3-point right hook. Muhammad counters with a left uppercut for 4 points, followed by a double jab for 4 points. Charles lands a 2-point combination. Muhammad lands his own 2-point combination. These chaps are in the ring center, not giving an inch. Charles lands a 4-point right cross. Charles dodges a Muhammad right cross. Charles misses with a counter left cross. Muhammad lands a 2-point left hook and a 2-point left jab. Charles appears hurt. Muhammad is moving in for the kill. Charles ducks down and lands a crushing left uppercut that knocks Muhammad down. Charles was playing possum and set up Muhammad. Muhammad gets back to his feet at the count of 2 6-points scored by Charles. Muhammad looks very shaky. He is saved by the bell as round 5 ends. Muhammad staggers back to his corner. His face is swelling up again. His corner men are frantically trying to wake up Muhammad and reduce the swelling. In the other corner, I see that Archie Moore has appeared in the Charles corner. He is not part of the Charles corner, but has been allowed to whisper something to Charles that causes Charles to smile. Ezzard Charles had 15 points in this round to 14 points to Muhammad. I think Charles faked Muhammad out by taking some punches in order to deliver the knockdown blow. Now let me knock down some more bubbly as we begin round 6. The fighters are at ring center. Muhammad lands a 2-point left cross. Muhammad misses with a combination as Charles ducks down. Charles lands a 2-point left jab, a 3-point right cross, and a 2-point left uppercut that sends Muhammad back into his corner. Muhammad's corner men are screaming at him to get out of the corner. Muhammad grabs Charles and spins him around into a clinch. The ref breaks the fighters and warns Muhammad about holding. Muhammad lands a 3-point left hook, a 2-point left uppercut, and 5-point combination that buckles Charles's knees. Muhammad misses with a right cross. Charles lands a 3-point combination. Muhammad clinches Charles as the bell sounds to end round 6. Another close round that could have gone either way. I have noticed that Charles's punches have a little more steam on them than Muhammad's. Round 6. Points scored in round 6 were 10 for Charles and 13 points for Muhammad. This is the liveliest crowd I've witnessed thus far in the States. They are cheering on their hometown boxer Muhammad, but also show much love for the Cincinnati Cobra, Ezzard Charles. Let me take a swig of bubbly as the bell sounds for round 7. At ring center, Charles lands a 3-point left uppercut that snaps Muhammad's head back. Charles follows with a 2-point right jab. Muhammad misses with a left cross. The fighters are in ring center. Muhammad lands a 5-point right hook that knocks Charles into the near ropes. That punch has caused a minor cut high on the forehead. A trickle of blood begins to come down Charles's face. Muhammad jumps on Charles and lands a 3-point left cross, 2-point left uppercut, and misses a combo. Charles counters with a 2-point combination as the bell sounds to end round 7. Charles's corner is looking at the cut. They have momentarily stopped the bleeding. That cut could be a factor as we go along further in the bout. I gave that round to Muhammad as he has gotten his second wind. The points in the 7th round were as follows: Charles with 7 points, Muhammad with 14 points. Before round 8, pardon me for a moment as I call to an usher. Young man, could you kindly go backstage and refresh my table with more bubbly? Thank you. The bell has sounded for round 8. This time, Muhammad lands the first punch to open the round, scoring a 4-point right cross that slightly opens up the cut on Charles's forehead. Charles counters with a 4-point combination that rocks Muhammad back. Ezzard Charles scores 4 points. That got Matthew Saad Muhammad's attention. The fighters are in ring center. Muhammad lands a 3-point left hook just above the belt line, then misses a right cross. Charles lands a 2-point left jab. The fighters are toe-to-toe. Charles lands a 3-point left uppercut, followed by a 2-point right hook. At the bell, Muhammad misses with a right cross. This has been a jolly fun match thus far. It is hard to say who has the edge. Charles had 11 points scored in the 8th round. Muhammad had 7. Very tight fight. Oh dear, the usher has not returned with the bubbly. I will try to preserve a calling the bout as the bell sounds for round 9. Charles is stalking his opponent. Muhammad steps forward and scores a 5-point left uppercut that wobbled Charles. Charles fires back a left cross for 4 points that wobbles Muhammad in return. Charles lands a 2-point left jab and a 4-point comb that staggers Muhammad. Muhammad answers with a 2-point left jab and 4-point right hook to the stomach that got Charles back on his heels. The left jab has caused minor swelling over the right eye of Charles. Muhammad lands a right hook for 4 points. That punch has split Charles's lip, causing blood to stream down his chin. The bell sounds as Charles lands a 3-point right hook to Muhammad's temple. Muhammad did some serious damage to Charles in that round, but it was still a very close one. Charles scored 13 points in round 9, while Muhammad had 16 points scored in round 9. The pace has been torrid. The pace has not let up. The bell has sounded for round 10, and I have yet to see hide nor hair of the usher with my bubbly. The fighters meet at ring center. Muhammad lands a 2-point left cross, followed by another left cross for 5 points that had Charles on rubber legs. Charles misses with a left cross, but connects with a 3-point combo that opens a cut above Muhammad's left eye. Blood is pouring down his face. Muhammad wrestles Charles into a clinch in the far corner. On the break, Muhammad dances around the ring, pouring at the cut as blood continues to pour down. Charles is trying to cut off the ring as Muhammad continues to dance to his left, then to his right. Muhammad is trying to avoid being hit again on the cut. The fighters are in ring center. Muhammad starts to dance around Charles again. The crowd has begun to boo their local favorite. Muhammad is trying to play it safe. He wants to get back to his corner so they can work on the cut. Charles is moving about the ring, trying to establish position. Charles has cut off the ring. Charles lands a 2-point left hook that causes the blood to flow more profusely. Muhammad lands a 2-point right cross, then clinches as the bell sounds to end round 10. Charles did get off some good shots, but spent the majority of the round chasing Muhammad. Muhammad's corner is working feverishly on that cut he suffered. In the other corner, Charles's corner has its best to stop the bleeding from his lip. In that round, Muhammad was given 10 points, while Charles had 5 points. Oh, thank you, young man. The bubbly has arrived. Let me take a double swig as round 11 begins. Charles comes out firing a 2-point left jab, followed by a 2-point left cross. Muhammad counters with a lethal left uppercut that knocks Charles down. Charles is in serious trouble. Muhammad scored 6 points with that shot. Referee Tillman has begun the count. Charles reaches for the ropes and pulls himself up at the count of 8. Blood is flowing down his jaw. The ref asks if he wants to go on. Charles looks at his corner. This is one dazed fighter. The ref motions for the fight to continue. Muhammad immediately fires a 3-point left hook. Charles counters with a 4-point right hook to the stomach. Muhammad misses with a right cross. Charles throws a 2-point left jab to the face and a 2-point right cross that produces more swelling above Muhammad's right eye. At the bell to end the 11th, Charles pounds a right hook to the gut with a 2-point hook. Even though Charles was knocked down, he came on strong at the end. Was it enough, though? The points in the 11th were 12 for Charles and 9 for Muhammad. The action in this fight has been non-stop. And my sip of bubbly is non-stop as we begin round 12. Muhammad lands a 2-point left jab, then misses with a right hook. Both fighters are bobbing and weaving, trying to find an opening. It appears the pace is finally slowing down. Muhammad is moving about the ring, trying to establish position. Charles is on his toes, using his left to probe for an opening. Muhammad misses with a combination. Charles lands a 3-point right uppercut, a 2-point left hook to the stomach, and a 2-point combo to the face that causes blood to flow down Muhammad's cut above his right eye. The fighters are in ring center. Charles lands a 5-point combination that causes Muhammad to retreat into the ropes. Charles throws a 2-point combo that brings more blood from Muhammad's cut. Muhammad counters with a 3-point right cross that brings blood pouring down Charles's jaw. Charles lands a 3-point combination that causes a minor cut high on Muhammad's forehead. Blood starts to gush out of the cut as the bell ends round 12. Both fighters' faces are a crimson mask. Their cut men are doing their best to stop the bleeding. The ring doctor walks over to Muhammad's corner, then to Charles's corner. The doctor lingers in Charles's corner. He is very concerned about his mouth cut. Charles's lower lip was split open. It is not gushing out as before, but is still a bad cut. Another tough round to score. Muhammad had 5 points in round 12, while Charles had 17. I really need to take 2 sips of bubbly after that bloody round. The bell has sounded for round 13. Charles is moving about the ring, trying to establish position. Charles has cut off the ring and pinned Saad Muhammad in the left neutral corner. Charles misses with a combination, then lands a 3-point right cross. Muhammad misses with a left uppercut. Charles counters with left uppercut for 4 points. Charles follows with another left uppercut that was partially blocked for 1 point. Charles's combo was also partially blocked for 1 point. Muhammad clinches. On the break, Muhammad misses with a right cross. Charles misses with a counter combination. The fighters are showing their defensive abilities in this round. Charles lands a 2-point right uppercut. Charles lands a partially blocked left jab for 1 point. The boxers are at ring center looking for openings as the bell sounds to end round 13. Muhammad spent that round on the defensive. He did not connect with a single punch. I think he is preserving his energy for the final 2 rounds. Neither fighter's cuts were reopened in the round. The crowd senses the last 2 rounds will be a war. Charles scored 12 points in round 13. Muhammad had no points. Let me make a point of taking a little bubbly as round 14 begins. Muhammad bounds out of his corner and scores a 5-point left cross that stunned Charles and causes the blood to stream down his jaw. Muhammad is ready for war in this round. Muhammad lands a 3-point left cross. Charles lands a 5-point right uppercut that buckles Muhammad's knees. Charles follows with a 2-point left hook to the gut. Muhammad misses with a left cross, then clinches. Charles lands a 4-point right hook that knocks Muhammad into the ropes above the media table. On the ropes, Muhammad connects with a right hook to Charles's jaw for 4 points that causes blood to stream down his chin. Muhammad misses with a left uppercut. Charles lands a 3-point right hook. Muhammad scores a 3-point left uppercut at the bell. The crowd is loving the action. They have witnessed a classic. 1 more round to go. Neither fighter will give any ground. Charles scored 14 points in the 14th. Muhammad had 15 points in the round. Let me refresh myself with some bubbly as the 15th round begins. Everyone in the arena is on their feet. The fighters touch gloves to begin the 15th. Muhammad lands a 2-point combination. Charles has cut off the ring and has pinned Muhammad in the near corner. Charles fires a left cross for 6 points that knocks Muhammad down. Muhammad is on one knee, looking up at the ref. When he reaches the count of 9, Muhammad gets up. The ref asks him if he wants to continue. He shakes his head for yes. Charles scores a 2-point right cross. He wants to finish this off now. The fighters are toe-to-toe. Muhammad misses with a right uppercut, then lands a 2-point hook to Charles's mouth. The blood is going down his chin. Charles lands a 3-point left cross that causes blood to flow down Muhammad's face. Muhammad misses with a combination. Charles misses with a counter jab. Charles lands a partially blocked 1-point combination. Muhammad misses with a right cross. Charles lands a 3-point right uppercut that knocks Muhammad across the ring into the ropes. Charles is getting ready to attack when the bell sounds to end the fight. The noise in the arena is deafening. Charles may have pulled the fight out with that last round knockdown. Let us see how the judges scored the fight. Manuel Marit Salah scores the bout 142-139. Clark Sammartino scores the bout 141. 140 Jerry Roth scores the bout 145-137 for the winner by unanimous decision, the Cincinnati Cobra, Ezzard Charles. My score was more in line with Judge Sammartino. A very close one, but in the end, Charles pulls out the win. The crowd appears to have no problem with the decision. I have a feeling these two lads will meet again. I would like to thank William Detloff for promoting this fight. He has 2 superb books on both these fighters on McFarland Publishing that are required reading by any boxing enthusiast. I would like to thank the listeners for their support. This is Knockout Nigel at the Spectrum in Philadelphia, returning you to our Bangkok studio for our presenter, Greg Rashid. Cheers.
I got to say, that was an exciting match. I was really getting into it here. And that might be just my favorite match of all of my done thus far on this program. I really was into that, and I hope you were too. Because, like I always say, even though in this case Charles won, he beat Saad Muhammad, I could put this in the computer 500 times, 1,000 times, 10,000, 20,000 times, and it could be even either way. But that's the fun of this, and I hope you enjoyed that match as well as the other matches. Like I always say, you can become a promoter of the show. Just go to wherever you listen to the program, be it at my YouTube channel, Nourished by History, be it on sportshistorynetwork.com, or be it on Facebook, Apple, wherever you listen, Spotify. Just leave your comments. Twitter, or X as it's called now, leave your comments, and you can be a promoter. Go to my Patreon site, look for Nourished by History, then look for Shoulder Roll Virtual Boxing Podcast, and consider donating something, $1 help, $1 a month to help. Also consider going to my buymeacoffee.com, look for Nourished by History, then Shoulder Roll Virtual Boxing Podcast. I was about to say another channel I had, but and just consider donating $1 a month or so. Because we got to keep the lights on here. I want to get a new mic, improve some equipment here. But it's up to you, because this is your program. And I really appreciate you folks out there for supporting it. But we're going to get out of here right now. And I want to say, as I always do, go in love, go in peace. Help someone along the way. Every morning that you wake up, look in that mirror, hug yourself and say, I love myself. If you're sight impaired, get up, hug yourself and say, I love myself. Because you don't love yourself, you can't do anything. You can't love anyone. You gotta love yourself. You gotta do that. Because we're on this world together, in this planet. No matter where you are, I'm in Bangkok here. You can be in Denver, Colorado. You can be in Japan. You can be wherever you are in this world. Just work together. Make things better. Bring peaceful and just wonderful vibrations wherever you are. Be it in the farm area, the condo, apartment, wherever you are in the world, in the urban setting, wherever you are, just do what you can. But again, This is Greg Rashid. Go in love and go in peace. We'll see you next time on the Shoulder Roll Virtual Boxing Podcast.
Thanks for tuning in again to the Shoulder Roll Virtual Boxing Podcast. Please remember to comment on this podcast on whatever platform you listen to it on, and please consider becoming a promoter of the podcast. Thanks, and see you next time.